Hello, this is April Grace. It's the end of the month of May, and I'm here to share a lesson with you about patience. My very simple lesson is this: patience pays off. It's true. Patience pays off. I have 4 different scenarios in which patience has really paid off for me in my recent experience. Number 1, graduation. This time, about a year ago, I realized I had another semester of school to go. And at first, I was really upset. I was distraught. I was disappointed. That would cost me more money. Why can't I walk with the rest of my class? If I had prepared my transfer from my community college to this university better, I wouldn't have to worry about this. And so kind of feeling disappointed in myself and why wasn't I good enough? Why didn't I study hard enough? All of that stuff was plaguing me with my realization at first. But then once I kind of came to terms with that, I was excited because I would hold down the fort for the rest of my class, which graduated in 2016. And I would still technically graduate as a 2016 graduate. And looking back, I had so many opportunities that I took advantage of in my last semester that I wouldn't have been able to if I had graduated in May. Like, I got to live in an intentional living community. I got to know the city of Wheeling really well and all of their awesome community organizations. I got to welcome incoming freshmen and become a part of their lives, and I got to be a part of this epic retreat that I've been applying to be a leader for all the semesters that I was there, and I finally got to be a part of that. I got to work on a research project which actually contributed to the school, and I got to welcome our new administrators that are now manning Wheeling Jesuit. It was exciting, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that if I had graduated in the spring like the rest of my class. And to be fair, I was not the only December graduate. There were a good handful of us that got to walk in May, and coincidentally, my graduation ceremony in May was a week right before my fiance's, so when his came around at Franciscan, I got to don my own cap and gown and all of that and take pictures with him. If you're interested in seeing one of our pictures, it's on the Catholic Social Media News episode that I hosted for New Catholic Generation, and I will show you how I decorated my cap. Look familiar, huh? And I have my handy 2016 tassel over here. What up? So yeah, I decorated it with my logo, and this is what I wore on my cap because we were actually allowed to decorate them. Some schools didn't. So yeah. Got to celebrate with my friends, with my fiance, with my family. It's also safer to drive up for graduation in May than it is in December, depending on how cold and slippery it is. You know, Northeast, what's up? So, patience pays off. Number 2, getting married. In July last year, I got proposed to and I accepted. And we wanted to get married really soon. We were thinking, oh, August next year, sounds great. But looking at our situation financially and everything, we weren't ready. Didn't have full-time jobs. I have school debt to take care of, and so we need more time to prepare ourselves financially and emotionally and house and wedding and everything than we had anticipated. But after coming to terms with getting married next August in 2018, it doesn't mean that I can't plan now. It doesn't mean that I can't get a wedding dress, because I did. It doesn't mean that I can't book our church and our date, because I did. It doesn't mean I can't ask the priest to officiate the ceremony, which I did, and which we did, all of the above. And so I have a lot of time to think about what I want, and a lot of people are saying the next 15 months will go incredibly fast, and I'm like, I hear that more often than anything, and I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, and it doesn't mean that I can't do my pre-K classes, because I did, twice. We did them together, and it was great. So, patience is paying off right now. Third scenario. I have a job basically as a teacher for high school students aged 16 to 21 to learn job skills, to learn how to be independent, to learn how to be professional in their lives. And a lot of these with their different disabilities and behavioral things, as most teenagers are, no offense, I was there too, require a lot of patience. For me, having the patience to give them time to get to know me, to spend some time with them working a little longer on some things, to pull them aside and say, hey, this is important for you to learn, this is important for me to teach you. And it's really paid off because not only have I noticed the success, and so they've noticed it in themselves as well. Thank you, Miss Amy, for taking the time to go over this with me. I understand it now. And Amy, you work really well with the student that we all have a hard time because they stress us out, but you handle it very gracefully, or different things like that. And it makes me feel good to know that I'm being effective and successful because I want them to be successful. It's not about me being successful, it's about them. And patience is paying off. And lastly, fourth scenario, patience pays off. I've been sick for the past 2 weeks. I caught a cold from one of my students, and this cold has been very lingering. And so this time last week, I was not able to film anything. I thought about singing for a video, not happening. In fact, in the past 2 church events that I've gone to, I've had to sing an octave lower than normal because I can't sing high, and instead I'll just cough. Excuse me. But, yeah, having to be patient with my body as it recovers, as it takes its good old sweet time getting back to normal, and I'm still not quite there, but I'm improving. So I apologize for the quality of my voice during this video, but at the same time, there's nothing I can do about it except for carry on. That wasn't in tune. It's fine. So in these 4 situations of waiting to graduate because I need an extra semester, waiting to get married because we need a little more time to save up, waiting in how I treat and care for my students that need a little extra love, and waiting and being patient with my body as it recovers from being sick, patience has paid off. And I wish you the same. I encourage you to take that extra moment or 2 or 7 breaths to calm down, to accept the situation for what it is, and to move forward with it as it is, with a little extra love. Peace of Christ be with you always, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, and God bless. Number 1. Okay. Wow, I'm in front of the camera and now I'm nervous. I've done this like 3 times before. I literally ran this 3 times beforehand. Okay, this is supposed to be smooth. So that way we can warrant. It's hiding behind all of this goop. Ugh. The tassels are so annoying, but they're also really soft, so it's kind of weird. It's just like, there we go. Or things like, no. And it's really paid off because, come on,